Secretary of the Department of Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs, Devajit Datta, Mr. Anil Rajput, Chairman of the FICCI Cascade Committee, is also here with us. And we have Ms. Kameshwari Subramaniam, International Expert on Customs Law, who will be chairing this session. Then we have Mr. G.M. Kamei, Commissioner of Customs of the Northeast Region, and Devajit, I already mentioned, Ashish Khan, Chairman of the FICCI Northeast Assam State Council, has also joined us, and he will be there with us also. So with that, may I first request Mr. Anil Rajput to formal welcome. Sir, you have to unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Vishwajit. I am delighted to welcome a galaxy of panelists that are present here to this very important webinar. I'd like to first of all welcome Secretary Food and Civil Supplies, Shri Devajit Datta, and Shri Pavitra Khan, Secretary, Department of Industry, Commerce, Government of Assam, Ms. Kameshwari Subramaniam, International Expert on Customs Law, Procedures and Trade Facilitation, and think tank member of FICCI Cascade, Mr. G.M. Kamei, Commissionerate of Customs, Northeast Region, and Shri Ashish Pukhan, Chairman, FICCI Assam State Council. I am delighted on behalf of FICCI to welcome all of you and the other friends who have taken time to join us for this very important webinar. As you know, FICCI Cascade has been working over the years very closely with government, industry, enforcement officials, legal fraternities, consumer organizations, and the youth to create awareness on the adverse impact of counterfeiting and smuggling. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the dangers posed by this illicit trade, and this calls for a greater focus on addressing the growing hazard of counterfeiting and smuggling, which are severely impacting the economy and endangering the lives of the people. While COVID-19 pandemic is a relatively recent development, illicit trade has been a huge threat to mankind for decades. It has always had a severely destabilizing impact on nations world over. It has negatively affected them socially, economically, and has jeopardized the safety and security of people across the globe. We are here while fighting the pandemic. International trade in counterfeiting and smuggling products is on the rise, and this rightly being referred to a global epidemic by the World Intellectual Property Organization. Over the period of last 10 years, the magnitude of illicit trade globally has grown from 650 billion to about $3 trillion. And this is no small sum. And this continues to grow, and the clock continues to tick. It is unfortunate that the recent times are being seen as an opportunity by the smugglers and counterfeiters to impact the national exchequer, damage genuine manufacturers, create an overall situation of insecurity within the country by empowering terror groups. When they raise funds through this illicit means, then they also create more panic and terrorist activities in the country. So I'm sure this requires huge amount of attention and focus by all those people who are actually connected with this and are engaged in it. It needs to be understood clearly that the perpetrators do not see the COVID-19 situation as a reason to slow down and exploit vulnerable consumers and organizations. Therefore, it is extremely imperative that the enforcement agencies continue to keep focus and do not lower their guard against these people. Here, I must compliment the Assam government and their enforcement agencies for relentlessly pursuing the perpetrators of illicit trade in the northeastern region. This year alone, their hands-on approach and alertness has been highlighted by seizures of large number of illegal goods such as cigarettes, betel nut, liquor, drugs, fake currency, consumer goods, amongst others. It is heartening to see that the officers of Assam Rifles have seized smuggled cigarettes alone worth over 14 crores in the last few weeks, with other illicit items such as drugs, betel nuts, etc., through the Indo-Myanmar borders. I would like to heartily congratulate each and everyone who has been taking extra steps against these perpetrators, and we shall continue to remain engaged with them and sensitize them in our effort to bring these people to books going forward. From the economic point of view, the world seems to have changed for quite some time to come. But the reset button has been pressed owing to massive supply chain disruption. Globalization has been impacted. The exact degree and nature of this impact will be known only in the months and years ahead. One thing, however, is for sure that nations are increasingly looking inward to fulfill their needs and requirements. Anticipating this situation, Honorable Prime Minister has given a clarion call for vocal for local. This could indeed provide solutions to a host of challenges that lie ahead of us. As India starts to produce strong domestic brands and gradually reduces its dependence and attractiveness of foreign goods, the circulation of foreign goods will over a period of time will definitely come down. Once this happens, the smugglers and counterfeiters will sooner than later become demotivated, and this will disincentivize the entire supply chain, as the profit from such activities will continue to dwindle. So therefore, I urge each one of us to continue our tirade against these perpetrators so that they don't succeed in their efforts. I'm confident that this webinar will help us in highlighting the specific challenges being faced, underscore our efforts in fighting illicit trade in these very trying times, and collectively devise strategies to overcome many of the issues at hand. I look forward to your participations and your guidance in our endeavor ahead. I wish this webinar a great success. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Over to you, Biswajit.
Thank you very much, sir. We've been just informed that Mr. Pavitra Count, Secretary, Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Assam, has an important engagement to attend. So we will now request Mr. Count to please make his address before I request Ms. Subramaniam to take over. Mr. Count, please.
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to FICCI for inviting me to participate in this webinar. The topic is basically when I saw the subject, it doesn't have a direct relation with the Industries and Commerce Department per se. However, since the present ongoing COVID pandemic has affected all sectors almost uniformly, and all sectors and all the industries, including industries, have been very badly affected by the effects of the COVID pandemic. I would just like to share a few thoughts with the distinguished panel here regarding the laudable initiative taken by the Honorable Prime Minister of India as an antidote and as a relief for the ill effects of the COVID pandemic and the impact that it has had on all these sectors in the country. Like other sectors and other states of the country, the industry sector in Assam has also been very badly affected, as you are aware. Because of the lockdown, most of the industries had to be shut down, and there was huge employment loss in the industry sector also, as in other sectors. So this a laudable initiative undertaken by the Prime Minister, the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme, as you all know, has been one of the flagship programs and schemes announced by the Government of India at the behest of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. And under the Atmanirbhar scheme, the basic motto, the vocal for local tag is very important from the point of view of the fact that the local industries and the local entrepreneurs of the state have been very, very badly affected by this COVID pandemic. And to make life easier for them and to provide much needed relief and succor to these affected enterprises and industries, vocal for local is and has been the buzzword. To promote handicraft industries, for example, the clusters and industries present in all the districts of Assam has announced the Mukhyamantri Tholua Udyog Vikas Asoni, which is where the number of artisans and the various local artisans have been benefited, and an amount of rupees 244.50 lakh in various trades like blacksmithy, water hyacinth, cane and bamboo, pottery, etc., have been benefited across 13 districts of Assam. Further, under this particular scheme, which is in tune with the vocal for local, as announced by Honorable Prime Minister, the local products have been promoted in the national as well as in the international market. And the government of Assam is also implementing a scheme called Viponi. This is basically to promote the local products of Assam and also to give a viable market linkage both at the national and the state level to these local entrepreneurs and artisans of the state. In the present financial year, Government of Assam, in the present financial year, 1,556 numbers of units have participated in 15 numbers of events that has been organized. Further, the Government of Assam has also participated in India International Trade Fair, the biggest multi-product fair in India, organized by India Trade Promotion Organization, held every year. One of the biggest showcases for vocal for local has been that. However, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the IITF 2020 is unlikely to be held. Further, under this Vocal for Local, for promoting the local products, the government of Assam has signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding with Flipkart International. A partnership with the Industries and Commerce Department, which has recently come into force under the Flipkart Samarth program. This will enable national market access for Assam's artisans, the weavers, and craftsmen, allowing them to showcase their hallmark products in Flipkart's distinguished marketplace, and also to earn a very viable market through Flipkart for these products. So basically, these are the main steps that have been taken under the Vocal for Local scheme, as you all know. Further, under the Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme, various other incentives have also been provided to the MSME sector, especially these small and micro enterprises, which have been very badly hit by the COVID pandemic. And most of these schemes have been implemented and are being implemented through the banks. And many of these industries and many of these small enterprises have been hugely benefited from this flagship program, the Atmanirbhar Bharat program, announced by Government of India. And Assam government in the Industries and Commerce Department is taking all steps and measures to implement the scheme and ensure that the benefits of this laudable scheme goes to each and every deserving and enterprising micro enterprises and other industries in the state. With these words, I would like to once again thank FICCI for inviting me to this webinar and to be part of this August gathering and panelists. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your address and for sharing the various initiatives taken by the government of Assam to promote vocal for local. Thank you very much for that. May I now request Ms. Kameshwari Subramaniam, international expert on customs law, procedures and trade facilitation and think tank member, FICCI Cascade, to make her statement, remarks, and chair the session. Kameshwari, ma'am, please.
Thank you, Swati. Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Rajput, thank you for the very good welcome address where you encapsulated all the issues that countries across the world and we in particular are dealing with. And welcome and thank you, Mr. Khan, for your very good informative talk on the initiatives which have been instituted in Assam. We will be discussing these issues a little later. For the other participants who are going to be participating in this webinar and the other speakers, welcome to you all. Good afternoon. As I'm just going to briefly give an indicative message on what this whole webinar is about. As you're aware that the FICCI's initiative Cascade, which is a committee against smuggling and counterfeiting activities which destroying economy, is a dedicated forum on the agenda of smuggling and counterfeiting. FICCI Cascade over the years has been successful in stirring an active debate across all sections of the society which are interested participants in this particular area, which include policymakers, industry, consumer rights activists, youth, police, customs, border security officials, and all other agencies. And these initiatives have received a very wide media coverage. As already noted by the previous two speakers, this COVID-19 pandemic has actually increased the dangers that are posed by illicit trade. Therefore, there has to be greater focus on addressing the growing hazards of this real counterfeiting and smuggling, because this not only affects the economy but also endangers the life of consumers. While the Indian government has continuously intensifying efforts to combat the spread of coronavirus by enacting various measures to support public health systems, safeguard economy, and ensure the safety of its citizens, it is very clear that illegal operators are making full use of the situation created by the pandemic to enhance their activities, to jeopardize all the initiatives that have been taken. So they will participate very actively in disrupting the supply chain, and not only in India but across the globe, and also push for alternative products which are substandard and cause a great effect on the consumers. The current situation, in which we are already witnessing severe socio-economic distress, will only get enhanced by the sale of fake and smuggled goods, and therefore arresting the sale of such products, and which are counterfeit and spurious goods, is a very, very important need at this point in time. For us as a developing country, as also many others, this particular smuggling will have a great effect, not only in our domestic resource mobilization, but also in reducing our tax revenues, and therefore it will substantially affect the government spending on health initiatives, which is the need of the hour at this time. Therefore, when smuggling takes place, manufacturing activity that should have ideally happened in a country shifts abroad, causing job losses in the country where smuggled goods are consumed. In the Indian context, FICCI Cascade's latest report titled Invisible Enemy: Impact of Smuggling on Indian Economy and Employment has estimated a total livelihood opportunity loss in the economy of about 16.3 lakh in 2017-18 in 5 industry sectors. The pandemic has resulted in massive loss of jobs and livelihoods worldwide, and countries are taking extraordinary measures to respond to this crisis. Therefore, addressing this looming threat to our country, both social and economic well-being, is a very important item that has to be on the agenda of every interested party. We have already heard earlier the push given by the Prime Minister for the vocal for local, and also the importance of the local supply chain. In this context, FICCI, as a part of its objective to increase the awareness about growing menace of counterfeiting and smuggling, has been organizing seminars on the subject across various states in India. These are a big help in strengthening our nationwide awareness generation. We have also launched a big publicity measure on Twitter and other public media, so that the public becomes aware of these issues. So just to sum up, that these are the key highlights which FICCI has been focusing on to tackle the flow of illicit product during the current crisis. Excuse me. I hope this webinar will elicit response from the state governments and invite representations from customs, police, industries, and other stakeholders who will discuss and deliberate on the various issues that will come up during the discussions. The need for being vocal for local and creating and preventing cross-border illicit trade is very, very important at this point in time. Thank you for your attention. Can I now
Ma'am, so would you, can I request on your behalf?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Can I request Mr. G.M. Kamei, Commissionerate of Customs, Northeastern Region, for his address, please. Mr. Kamei, I believe, is having a toothache. He just messaged me, and on his behalf, the Deputy Commissioner will make his address. May I request the Deputy Commissioner to please make the address?
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Ameshwari Subramaniam, International Expert, Mr. Devjyoti Datta, Secretary, Food and Civil Supplies, Mr. Ashish Kukan, Chairman, FICCI, Assam State Council, and other distinguished participants. On behalf of Commissioner Customs Preventive, I, Jitesh Kumar Jain, welcome you all. Trade in counterfeit goods, which includes smuggling, not only does damage to the right holders and to the country's economy, but it also has issues with the health and safety of consumers. Counterfeit of certain goods also poses a threat to national security. It is possible that in some cases, profits from counterfeiting have connection with other serious crimes as well. Customs Commissionerate in Northeast region is basically a preventive formation to tackle smuggling. Besides anti-smuggling work, we are also facilitating international trade with our neighboring countries, mostly through land customs station. Our office has 8 divisions, 36 preventive units, and 35 land customs stations for international trade. These are very hard postings in far-flung and isolated places away from friends and family. Smuggling in Northeast border is basically outright smuggling through porous borders. Unlike smuggling through big ports, which are basically in the form of commercial fraud, like underdeclaration, misdeclaration, wrong declaration, and undervaluation. The international borders in the Northeast region are difficult terrain. Most of the stretches are unreachable or difficult to reach. We have 5,132 kilometer international borders with Bangladesh, Myanmar, China, and Bhutan. The state police and central armed police forces like BSF and SSB are also given certain powers under the Custom Act, like seizing of smuggled goods. BSF are present in strategic location along the international borders, hence they detect many cases of smuggling. Assam Rifles are also present in big number in Manipur, Nagaland, and Mizoram. Presently, Assam Rifles are not given any power under the Customs Act. However, because of their strategic presence in vulnerable and strategic places, the Assam Rifles also detecting cases of smuggling, which they hand over to Custom for effecting the seizure. Despite the COVID-19 lockdown, the custom officers in the Northeast have been keeping alert. Since March, we have made 6 seizures of drugs of value totaling about 24 crores. The COVID-19 lockdown and restriction in interstate and intrastate movement has led to decline in the number of seizures of other goods. However, we have made a total of 710 seizures amounting to rupees 110 crore during the said period. During the COVID pandemic, emergency and urgent response measure to protect people from virus must include the steps and action to not only make available to the people the PPE, but also to protect from the fake and substandard products and medicines. In this regard, custom officers have been putting in effort towards expeditious clearance of import consignment of PPEs and essential commodities. Facilitating trade is no doubt very important, more so during this pandemic, but health and safety of the officer is also very important. The custom officers, while carrying out their duties, are being ensured to wear the PPE and follow all the necessary protocols. Coming back to the counterfeiting of goods, as observed in this part of the country, many of the people indulging in carrying, transporting the smuggled goods are not aware of the illegal nature of their activities. But of course, the big people, actual smugglers acting from behind the curtains, would be aware of the illegal nature of their activities. However, even many of these actual big players in the smuggling would not be aware about the other legal provision like the intellectual property rights. Hence, the FICCI can think of carrying out a campaign, conducting seminar and workshop, and customs can participate in such seminars and workshop for creating the awareness in this region. From the nature of goods being smuggled from the neighboring countries, especially from Myanmar, counterfeit would be mostly in the goods like electronic goods, cosmetics, and ready-made garments. In March this year, we made a seizure of counterfeit cosmetics and shoes which were being transported from Imphal to Guwahati. Details about our seizures can also be looked up on our Commissionerate Twitter handle. Countering smuggling and counterfeit is not the sole responsibility of customs. Other stakeholders like industry bodies, trade association, and other authorities responsible for testing and giving NOC before clearance of import consignment have also important responsibilities. One way to stop smuggling is to encourage legal trade by providing the necessary infrastructure and amenities for legal trade. Easing legal trade will substantially decrease the illegal trade. And since trade in counterfeits had direct links with smuggling, it is also in the interest of right holder and industry bodies to assist in making legal trades easier and once again, on behalf of Commissioner Custom Preventive, I thank you for giving us this opportunity for speaking on this matter. Jai Hind.
Thank you for your presentation and informing us of the work done by the customs in the Northeast and the seizures and the counterfeit seizures that have been made in your area. Thank you very much. Can I now request Mr. Dibyajyoti Datta, Secretary, Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs, Government of Assam, to address the webinar.
Now you have to unmute yourself.
Good evening, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Dibyajyoti Datta, Secretary to the Government of Assam, Food, Civil Supply and Consumer Affairs Department. Respected senior colleagues and friends, perhaps we are in the worst of time. Perhaps we are in the best of time. Worst of time because we are in a never before situation, this COVID-19 situation. Perhaps also best of time because it is a chance to unite, to fight back, to survive. It is with this hope, this spirit that we think of our tomorrow. And when we think of our tomorrow, we have to think of every aspect of tomorrow, the good, the bad, and the ugly too. As the normal flow of production has been seriously affected by disjointed supply chain, the effect on our economy is also serious. The vulnerability is proportionately high at this point of time, and perhaps it will continue for quite some time. And this vulnerable point of time, the menace of counterfeiting and smuggling is to be tackled in a very dedicated and systematic manner. All monitoring and enforcing agencies of the state governments and the central government must act in a very focused manner and with great lot of coordination and information sharing. They have to be very proactive. Smuggling, as we know, is a menace which has been continuing all over the world from time immemorial. It may be human trafficking, arms smuggling, smuggling of goods or drugs, and in the modern era, smuggling acts as an invisible enemy, a threat to the economies of the nations. As it's happening in the rest of the country, so it is in this northeastern part of our country. So we are facing the problem of smuggling and counterfeiting for years and years. We have borders for China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh. And the long stretch of border is a favorite route for smugglers owing to different regions. It's not yet sealed. And moreover, that river route is there. Smuggling, as you know, in these areas, they are on arms, gold biscuits, leopard skins and bones, mosquito repellent, cigarette, ready-made garments, even apples, ganja, opium, everything. Anticipation and apprehension of the FICCI that during the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic, increase of smuggling and other illicit trade in our region as well as in the country, it's very much based on logic and good science. This COVID-19 has disrupted the supply chain for various domestic products, and common people are bearing the brunt of it. The smugglers and counterfeiters taking advantage of this situation arising out of the pandemic is finding it very easy to lure youth of the region and engage them for transportation of the counterfeited and smuggled goods. So at this vulnerable point of time, in this situation, top priority should be given to arrest this menace of smuggling and counterfeiting. Otherwise, it will cause great loss of revenue. It will harm domestic industry and encourage the unscrupulous traders to counterfeit goods. It will bring economic instability. It will promote crime, and it will also bring health hazard. In view of the wide and negative effect of smuggling and counterfeiting, a concerted effort, as I have already said, must be made by all central enforcement agencies, paramilitary forces, as well as state enforcement agencies. Especially, that border should be guarded with great vigilance by the enforcement agencies. Along with that, the capacity building of human resources of customs and other enforcement agencies is very vital. We also feel that a sense of pride in using our own goods, that Swadeshi product, has to be born in the minds of the citizens, the consumers. And that will play a very vital role in putting these counterfeit and smuggled goods out of market. Several smuggled products like electronic toys, cigarette, mosquito repellents, ready-made garments, mobile phones and accessories are smuggled into our country in package form. Therefore, the legal metrology organization of the states, they have a major role to play to discourage sale of the smuggled goods in the market by registering prosecution cases in large number for violation of legal metrology packaged commodities rules 2011. In the state of Assam, the Department of Legal Metrology has registered several cases under the provisions of the Legal Metrology Package Commodities Rules 2011 for not having proper declaration in the packages. Seizure of goods for not having proper address of the importer, etc. also will help in curbing the menace of counterfeiting and smuggling. The state government, they have Bureau of Investigation for Economic Offenses. This wing also will have to play a major role in this mission. Besides the government agencies' all-out effort, our consumers, our citizens' fondness for owing foreign goods instead of will have to be replaced by a sense of pride and sentiment for brand India. That is when the clarion call, vocal for local, comes in. As emphasized by our Honorable Prime Minister, Atmanirbhar Bharat will definitely boost Indian economy, especially economy of the northeastern region. We are sure that the schemes introduced by the government for an Atmanirbhar Bharat will reduce demand for imported products as well as cross-border smuggling and counterfeiting within the state. There is no doubt that FICCI and other business organizations are coming forward and will have to come forward and continue their effort to keep the benefits of various schemes to overcome the economic crisis risen out of COVID-19 pandemic and make this region prosperous and self-sufficient. Brand India must come into reality. At last, I thank FICCI especially for the Committee Against Smugglers and Counterfeiting Activities Destroying Economy, Cascade, for the relentless and dedicated efforts to create awareness among industries, government machineries, customer organizations, and the people at large to fight against smuggling and counterfeiting. I am sure this effort of Cascade will cascade and percolate down to everyone concerned to make us really Atmanirbhar. And I salute and thank the fighting spirit of the FICCI against smuggling and counterfeiting. And I thank for giving me this opportunity to join all of you, to hear all your ideas and opinions. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. That was a very informative talk. And thank you for highlighting the issues, especially in the Northeast, where you have multiple international borders and the issues, the complicated issues of smuggling which arise because of that. And as you mentioned, it is very, very important that there is enough human resource development, training, and also consumption of local items to encourage the Prime Minister's clarion call of vocal for local and to promote Brand India. Thank you for highlighting all the issues and also the legal action that is being taken in Assam with regard to such illicit goods that you detect, which are being smuggled in and being disposed of in the country. Thank you very much for your presentation. Swati, I think that is the, would you like to talk, mention about the questions, people to?
Yes, if there are any specific questions, kindly put it on the chat box. While we have a look at them, I'll request Kameshri ma'am to, ask a few questions to our guests.
Thank you, Swati. Mr. Datta, I have a couple of comments which I would like you to kindly respond to. Can we have your comments on the Consumer Protection Act, and how well disposed is the government there in enforcing the various consumer rights and punishing the unfair trade practices? If you'd like to respond to that, I can then come to my next question. Mr. Datta, please. Yes, to unmute.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure, ma'am, to have your encouraging words. Hello.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear you.
ma'am. We have our district consumer courts where we take grievances. But at present, because of change of rules and new enactment, so we are in the process of framing our own rules, and it will take some time for us to reactivate all the consumer courts where we have a problem of appointing members. So it will take, I think, 1.5 to 2 months. Then we'll be in full form. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. Can I also ask you about what steps have been taken by the Consumer Affairs Department in Assam in controlling the sale of illicit products during the current crisis? Is there any specific campaign that has been launched by the department to spread awareness on the problem of the adverse effect of counterfeiting and smuggling and the impact it has on the consumers? Do you have any such programs? Mr. Datta, please. You have to unmute.
Yes, ma'am. We are actually preparing a draft plan, action plan to create awareness, and it will take another, say, a fortnight to finalize the plan. And it is difficult to go and meet the people, because basically awareness campaign will be most effective when we can reach the people on the street or in person. Now only we have to depend on audio visual and some brochures, because physical interaction and that remaining maintaining the physical distance, that is still an issue. So we are waiting for some time so that things become a little normal, and then we can go out with an all-out effort. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. Yes, we understand the issues and difficulties being faced in enhancing consumer awareness during this COVID time, but we would like to encourage you to have more audiovisual and other means of spreading awareness, especially health-related issues which might arise because of substandard and smuggled items of personal protective gears. So I think that's a very important area. You're doing human service. I think you have started a lot of initiatives. Thank you very much. And I hope you'll go forward with encouraging people to become aware of all the issues related to these kind of items. Thank you very much. I have a
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have a couple of questions for the Deputy Commissioner of Customs. I also see that there are a couple of questions from the audience too. Can I just get information as to how far the Customs and DRI have been successful in Northeast in detecting illicit products and the hurdles that you face? You did mention some of your seizures, but can you highlight any other major issues you have in this particular area? Secondly, can you also highlight in this particular period of time, what are the products and sectors where smuggling and counterfeiting is taking place, and what is the strategy to combat it, especially keeping in mind the COVID-related issues? Thank you.
Yes, madam. Regarding your first question, that what are the difficulties which we are facing and what have been our performance in the last COVID period? In the last 6 months, when we see, actually our number of cases seizure has almost doubled vis-a-vis the last year this period. And there has been especially very difficult because the lockdown restriction did not even exempt the some essential work functioning of government offices also. Many of our officers were not able to be at their place of posting. Yet, with the limited manpower also, we were able to address the smuggling and seizures. But more than 700 cases have been booked during the last 6 months period. We have international borders from Bangladesh of 1,879 kilometers, Myanmar 1,643 kilometers, with China 1,126 kilometers, and with Bhutan 484 kilometers. To man these borders with a very limited amount of manpower has been one of the key challenges for us. And the second question of yours, madam, was with regard to what are the specific products which have been smuggled during this time, and counterfeiting also. So we have not come across many cases of counterfeiting during this time. However, smuggling, we have detected cases of betel nut, black pepper, yellow peas, NDPS cases, and other miscellaneous items, the details of which can be looked up on our Twitter profile.
Okay, thank you very much. So your main issues are related to your huge borders and limited staff, which has always been a problem for the Customs Department. But it's also encouraging to note that you have had far more seizures during this period as compared to similar periods in the previous years, which only goes to show what Mr. Rajput had said and I had said, that people would take the advantage of this particular situation of COVID, where your staff distribution is limited, and try to take advantage of this. Particularly, we would like to have more focus in any kind of counterfeit measures which you experience within the country itself, within the state, where counterfeit items or illicit items of especially health-related issues are being marketed and encouraged to be produced. So I think that could be one of the areas where the department can focus on. If you have anything to add to this, please do. Otherwise, I'll hand this over to Swati, because she must be getting the questions from the audience. And if you have the time permitting, we can take a few questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for chairing the session. We have a couple of questions from the audience. I think we can take 2 to 3 questions. Can I request Mr. Ashok Shukla to please ask his question? Mr. Shukla, if you can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Blocked.
No, we can hear you, Mr. Shukla.
Okay. I'm talking about a reverse kind of thing. There are certain patents which have been actually done by Indians, and after the disclosure, when the patent has been published, certain counterfeit products are being made by MNCs, basically infringement, and they are being exported by the Indian offices of those MNCs, and they are competing So is there any way to stop that? It's a very tricky situation because so far no one was assuming that something like that could happen, but now it has started happening. People are infringing the patents which have been done in India and making things difficult because those MNCs have got very high brand reputations. It becomes very difficult. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. Can I request Semola? I think she has a question for the Customs Commissioner. Semola, if you can please read your question.
Swati, I think there are a few questions in the chat box as well. We might want to
Yes.
take that first.
Yes, yes. Semola, are you there? Would you like to ask your question?
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, sir, according to the media report, large-scale smuggling is happening of cigarettes, drugs, and other items from Indo-Myanmar border in Mizoram and Manipur. So, reports suggest that it is a very porous border. Is Custom planning to strengthen the checks, increase its resources on these borders, or is it becoming the smugglers' favorite?
Madam, I think, hello.
I think Semola, the Commissioner's office, if you could kindly respond to that question, please.
Yeah, it's for the, yeah.
Yes, regarding your question, as I mentioned in my chat also, the custom officers are keeping a watch on the various areas of smuggling in the Indo-Myanmar border. And during the lockdown restriction, we have increased our vigil also. Our officers have gone on the inspections during various point of time, are in coordinating with officials of DRI, Assam Rifles and State Police in this regard. Also, to study the particular pattern, and we have created a study group, and we are going to submit this report to the ministry for further comments so that appropriate action can be taken in this regard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
May now request Mr. Y. Kirani Singh to ask the question, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. I was wondering whether we can deploy drone-based monitoring system along the border to check the smuggling activities, because it is mentioned that the custom has lack of manpower kind of thing. That would be useful. And if that is possible, I think we can help developing drones and other things.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Singh. Would the Customs Commissioner would like to add to that? He is asking that whether deploying drone-based smuggling, drone-based technology to counter smuggling at the borders, will that be helpful for the customs since there's a lack of manpower?
Oh, that is a wonderful suggestion, and in fact, that is one of the inputs we have given in our reports also. We have also procured satellite phones to make sure that the connection is never an issue while making the cases in this region. So his suggestion regarding use of drone is a welcome one, and we have already proposed that to the ministry for procuring the same.
Thank you so much. Can I now request Dr. Ashwin Kumar to please unmute himself and ask the question?
They are audible?
Yes, please.
Dr. Ashwin Kumar Mahata from Guwahati, the CEO of Deloitte. I would like to have a question to the Customs Department because since long time we have been watching very thoroughly, and I don't know Customs Department is successful or not. To this region, we have seen supari, gold, then supari, gold, and cow, and other activities like cigarette, foreign dresses, foreign shoes, a lot of things, even shops and beauty pigment item also has been smuggling in this way. And it is a huge amount, thousands crores, or you can say the dollars is going to be a part of this route. So, custom department, if your department is out of control or out of your basic infrastructure, then how you will deal all this thing? And without giving logistic support, it is not possible because we have seen and we have got the information from the media and other different type of activities that a lot of politicians, even the police persons, even the army persons, and even the top higher or from Delhi also involved all this thing. Because it is a huge amount of transaction of money, and during this emergency period, COVID periods, and people are not getting so much money, those are involved on this. So again, these things will happen, and clearly it is an indication loss of the energy, loss of the what's called revenue from the government side. And if these things will continue in previous time also, and now also, and coming time also, so what will be the effect in Indian economy?
Sir, would you like to answer that, Deputy Commissioner of Customs?
I couldn't hear Dr. Ashwin's questions very exactly, but from what I gathered, I would like to offer a couple of comments on this. The first things he said was regarding the smuggling of Erica nuts and other items. Erica nut is an item which has a very high import duty. And because of this high import duty, it is prone to smuggling. In the past, we have made many cases in this regard. Just 2 months back, we have seized more than 28 trucks of betel nut in the area of Imphal.
Yesterday also we have made 22 trucks.
And yesterday also we have made 22 trucks in Aizawl in this regard. So we are trying our best to cater to this particular thing. But a long-term solution in this regard would be that the duty are rationalized so that it is encouraged that the legal encourage in this regard. That was with regards to Erica nut. With regard to cigarettes, particularly in the last 1 month itself, we have had more than 4 seizures of various foreign origin cigarettes, both at the local as well as at the airport.
May I audible to all? Or?
You want me to finish or you want to have another question?
So, sir, please carry on. I think there was some disturbance in the line. You may please carry on.
May I audible?
Mr. Mahanta, if you could let the Commissioner's office to complete his answer, then you may ask the other question.
With regard to his point that efforts need to be made, I just want to say that we have 8 divisions and 35 LCAs where we have to oversee the legal trades also. The legal trade, which is as per the agreements between the India, Myanmar, India, Bangladesh, India, Bhutan, we have to cater to the demand of the trade also. So we, with limited staff, we are trying our best to give appropriate trade facilities to the traders and also ensure that the smuggling activities are reduced in the region.
Thank you so much. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we have overrun our time, and in case there are any other questions, I would request you to please email it to us or leave it in the chat box. So we will try and get the answers of those questions. I would like to thank all the panelists, and with those words, I will request Mr. Ashish Phukan, Chairman of FICCI Assam State Council, for his concluding remarks, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very interesting 1 hour we've spent, and such an important subject. I'm glad that FICCI Cascade has decided to bring this to highlight this important subject. Normally smuggling and this kind of stuff is not the part of our day-to-day subject. But today I was able to learn so much is going on in the Northeast, and particularly it's so important because we border international, many countries, and therefore, there's so much of these illicit work is going on here. But at the same time, I'm glad that the government agencies, particularly the Commissioner of Customs, have done so well in spite of less staff and such a large border to take care of, that they have increased seizures over the last year. And I'm sure in the next 6 months they will be able to do even better. So this only highlights that there are problems, but yet the government is taking action. And this, I'm sure, will be a positive step as we go along with new technologies, drone and other kind of technologies being added to your arsenal. So I would, with those few words, I would just like to thank Mr. Debjyoti Datta, Secretary, Food and Civil Supplies, Consumer Affairs, Government of Assam, for taking out time for and addressing us from the Assam government point of view, and also Mr. Pabitra Khan, the Secretary, Department of Industries and Commerce, who spoke earlier. I think he had to leave for some important meeting, but again, thanks to Mr. Pabitra Khan for his intervention and adding value to our seminar today. And Mr. Kemi couldn't come because of the health reason, but I'm glad that the Commissioner of Customs, who spoke on his behalf, did a great job, and glad to know, Commissioner, that your department is doing such a wonderful job, and congratulations. And I would also like Commissioner Subramaniam, international expert, customs law procedure, and who's heading the think tank member and FICCI Cascade, that you have decided to bring this and highlight this issue, particularly in the Northeast. It's been a wonderful learning process, for at least for me, and I'm sure after this seminar and those who are connected with this and who are in the forefront will take this forward, so that we as a country gain out of this exercise that we have. And with those few words, I would also like to thank all the participants who are here and have thrown in some questions, and I'm sure you've got the answers from some of the experts here, and look forward to such seminars in future. And if FICCI Assam can help anyway, we'll be glad to participate and take this forward. So thank you, and stay safe, and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phukan. Thank you for your concluding address. On behalf of the Cascade Secretariat, I would like to thank each and every one of you who have joined us today for this important and very, very topical webinar. Thank you all the speakers. I would also like to thank Bishwajit Chakravarti, Director of the FICCI Northeastern Regional Council, and his team for helping us out on this webinar. Thank you, Bishwajit. And with those words, thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to your continued support and participation. Thank you very much, and have a good evening ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for organizing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
गोवा का मीटिंग अभी तक